WLNS is here for you with 6 News at 6.
This cold weather is keeping people inside, but what about the people who don't have somewhere warm to stay? It's our top story at 6. Thank you for joining us. I'm Siobhan Klepfer.
And I'm Sherry Jones. Some of the people during this kind of weather are those who are unhoused.
And with the homeless crisis happening, shelters are at full capacity. Rachel Ramsey is here for you tonight with how these shelters are working through that.
And how people without a home are trying to keep warm. Rachel?
Yeah, Sherry, Siobhan, according to the state's latest numbers, there was an 8% increase in homelessness from 2021 to 2022. And local shelters say the community need is still growing. I spoke with people who have had no other choice but to brave the cold, and they agree the need for shelter is dire.
I almost froze to death just before Thanksgiving.
It's just pure hopelessness. It's just horrible.
Both Melissa Brim and Jovan Payne know what it's like to search for shelter when the weather turns. The ice, snow, and wind almost unbearable.
You're trying the best to change your life, but you can't think out here. You can't think out here like that. The first thing you're going to think is, the first thing that instantly warm me up is a drink. And then you abuse that, and then you put yourself in bad circumstances.
A never-ending cycle.
If I don't get a place to go tonight, I'm going to be outside. And with one blanket that I'm sitting on now.
It's hard to get in the shelter sometimes because it's absolutely crowded.
Shelters are doing what they can to help out. Mark Chris, the executive director at the City Rescue Mission in Lansing, says because of the Code Blue, its drop-in center, which is usually only open in the evening, is open all day.
Last year we averaged about 244 men, women, and children each night of the year. This year we're in excess of 270, recently 290 plus.
And Chris says the other local shelters are reaching their limits too.
Collectively we try to figure out what can you do to increase your capacity and ours as well.
And while he says providing the unhoused shelter is important, they also try to do more.
Get people off the streets, get them safe, get them to take that next step to end their homelessness.
The drop-in center will be available during the day until this Saturday at noon. Then it will go back to its normal hours of evening only. Chris says the community can help by supporting these shelters, whether that be donations or volunteering. I'm told plans for expanding the City Rescue Mission are underway, which will double the amount of people they can serve. And the City of Lansing has more places for people to stay warm on their website as well. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Rachel. More than 30,000 winter weather-related crashes happened last year, according to the Michigan Department of Transportation.
And that's why this winter, MDOT is running the Drive Low and Slow campaign to remind drivers what to do when snowstorms start coming.
Karina Prieto is live outside our studio, where she has more on what you should keep in mind while you're out on the roads in the coming winter months. Karina?
Sherry and Siobhan, that's right. We seem to have gotten our first taste of winter here in mid-Michigan last night, and if we know anything, it's that it's not going anywhere. I spoke with a representative from MDOT earlier today who said that most of these winter weather crashes happen from driving too fast. Now, according to MDOT, it can take your car 10 times longer to stop on snowy or icy roads. So you'll want to slow down, leave room between you and the vehicle in front of you, and turn on your blinkers sooner than you would in warm weather. Now, you may be thinking you're in the clear if you have front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, or four-wheel drive. While those can make accelerating easier, it's still just as hard to bring your car to a stop. Remember, don't make any sudden movements like braking hard or turning quickly. And if your visibility is going out, turn on your low beams. And with this weather change, be sure not to forget those everyday safe driving habits.
Bugling up is the easiest thing that you can do, and it may save your life. Make sure that you don't have your phone up. You know, Michigan is a hands-free state. Even if you're driving 55 miles an hour, and you look down at your phone for 5 seconds, you've went the distance of a football field. That's, 100 yards. So, yeah, you don't want to do that.
This is also the first winter when Michiganders will have to obey a new law which orders them to stay 200 feet behind a snowplow while it's driving. Now, that's more than the length of 10 cars, so be sure to keep your distance so you don't get a ticket or a fine. Sherry and Siobhan, back to you.
All right, Karina, thank you so much. And if you have some winter weather pictures you would like to share, we would love to see them. Head to WLNS.com/share and you'll find our pics on 6 there. Police in Lansing want your help finding a missing woman in the city. Take a look. The department released this photo of 6-year-old Wanda Roberts. She is 5'5" tall and was last seen in the clothing pictured here on the 800 block of Jolly Road. Police believe she may be in danger. The number for the department is on your screen. If you know anything that could help bring Wanda home safely, please call in a tip.
Well, the State Court of Appeals just sided with Michigan State University in a lawsuit filed by families who sought refunds on tuition after the COVID-19 pandemic. During that time, MSU switched to online classes, and students were encouraged but not required to move out of university housing. By unanimous votes, the 3-judge panel agreed with a lower court ruling that the university never promised students to only offer courses in person, and those who chose to move off campus got buyouts of more than $1,000. Other universities, including Wayne State, Ferris, and Northern Michigan, have won similar appeals in other courts.
A mainstay business in Jackson that is more than a century old has closed its doors until further notice. Hinckley Bakery is a donut shop on Blackstone Street, south of downtown. It opened 111 years ago in 1913, making it older than Zippers, sliced bread, and Joe DiMaggio. And as recently as 2014 was crowned Michigan's best donut by MLive. The business announced on Facebook that it was closing for the Thanksgiving holiday week, but now the owners say it will remain closed until further notice. They did not give a reason for the closure.
For more than 4 decades, the Lansing Regional Chamber of Commerce has recognized people for their excellence in supporting women's leadership in our community. And today, the Chamber inducted its 43rd member into the class of Athena Lansing. The Athena Leadership Award is presented every year to an individual who's recognized for their professional excellence, for providing valuable service to our community, and for actively assisting other women in their attainment of professional excellence. Now, this year we had 33 nominees, and this year's honoree is Jane Mitchell.
And one of the best decisions our organization made was about 12 years ago. We used to do this within our annual dinner every year. And I don't know that it was necessarily getting lost, but we brought this out as a standalone event, and it really elevated Athena in the Lansing area. And so there's so much energy in the room today, and I look around there, and it's humbling when you look around at all the leaders and the alumni that have been recognized with this award over the last 42 years.
The Athena legacy was born right here in Lansing in the early 1980s by Martha Mertz, and today Athena is a global movement with more than 8,000 awards presented in more than 500 communities worldwide, representing 48 states in 11 countries.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We had a wide variety of snowfall totals across mid-Michigan due to yesterday's round of very messy wintry weather. As of 7 o'clock this morning, our snowfall totals ranged from 4.5 inches in Williamston to right around the 3-inch mark in areas like Lansing and Jackson. The only reports that we have in areas like Ionia as well as in Grand Ledge are right around the 1-inch mark at this time. Because of the intensity of the snow showers and of course the gusty conditions that came along with it, we had some very treacherous driving conditions across the area. Also, because of the winds, it allowed that snow to stick on basically anything it came in contact with. You can see it piling up on the mailbox and actually even on the sign in the background of this picture here from East Lansing. Now, the snow did allow things to feel just a little bit more festive across the area. Speaking of, the winner of today's Holiday Lights competition is Jill from over in Elsie. Remember, you still have quite a bit of time to submit your pictures into the contest. Just head to our website, WLNS.com/holiday-lights. Snow showers have come to an end, and overall, the snow will not be sticking around for long. We have some very warm weather on the way. We are above freezing, but still below average as we move into the weekend. Eventually, all that snow definitely going to melt by the time we get into Sunday and Monday with highs in the mid to upper 40s. Just don't get used to those 40-degree high temperatures. We're right back below freezing as we move into the middle and later portion of next week. Snow showers tapering off this evening. We dry things out with mostly cloudy conditions in the forecast overnight tonight. And even though we are going to stay dry for the next several days, we're going to have a lot of cloud cover to deal with. Cloudy conditions in the forecast for Friday. Also Saturday, courtesy of an area of low pressure that will be passing off to our north. No precipitation in the forecast across mid-Michigan, though. I do think finally by the time Sunday rolls around, we'll finally be able to add in a few peaks of sunshine across the area. Outside this evening, we have mostly clear conditions in place. Temperatures 25 degrees in Lansing, high temperatures of 30 degrees, and that peak wind gust of 41 miles per hour was reported earlier this morning. We're at 26 over in Grand Ledge, still just a little sliver of sunlight on the horizon in the background. Roads are completely fine across mid-Michigan, not anticipating any major travel impacts as we go forward. Feels like temperatures in Jackson down to 21 degrees, and a live look at our current conditions in Hillsdale, currently at 26 after a high in the upper 20s. As we go throughout the overnight hours, temperatures falling down to 16 degrees with mostly cloudy conditions in place. For tomorrow, it is still going to start off very breezy, winds right around 10 to 20 miles per hour. They will decrease throughout the day with highs near 29 degrees. Temperatures will be warming up as we move throughout the weekend, highs in the mid-30s for Saturday, mid to upper 40s for Sunday and Monday. There is a system just to our south on Tuesday. As of right now, just have a 20% chance for precipitation, but it will be providing those cooler temperatures and still a lot of cloud cover.
Yeah, but just one more cold day to get through, and then that warm-up's coming.
Exactly. Yeah. Then we have 40s and sunshine to enjoy.
See, I like how she says that.
Very positive.
I know. True. Thanks, Kendall. Well, 6 News brought back one of our favorite holiday traditions this year, and we need your help.
Yes, we want to recognize remarkable women here in mid-Michigan who are making a difference for their families and the community.
That's right. And to make a submission, just click on the Remarkable Women section of our website, WLNS.com, and then tell us all about the remarkable woman in your life.
We are going to pick 4 women and profile them during Women's History Month this coming March. You have until December 20th to nominate someone.
Well, still to come on 6 News at 6, the state Senate passed some bills today on topics including tobacco and kids. All the details next.
Stay with us, that and much more still to come.